was next?
What was the next? Desperation. I went into this mode that I'm in pain. I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything. I'm just all day in bed, and that's it for me, actually.
And how did you make the decision to try something else?
This was not some idea that I suddenly got from somewhere. I knew about cleansing and detoxing and fasting. I knew before. When we lived in Israel, I got some books. Those were books written by hygiene pioneers.
It was not natural hygiene, right?
Natural hygiene.
Yeah,
Shelton and Bragg and Dr. Walker. Yes, and I knew about. I always knew about juicing and how healing it is, and I always knew about detoxing and fasting, water fasting also. I knew about it, but I have never done juice fast or water fast before I got IC. So I knew I should try something of it, but I didn't have enough willpower, and I was in such pain that I was afraid that if I try something else, I will be in even more pain, because anything could give me a flare, and flare was just unbearable, absolutely unbearable.
So normally day to day you were in pain, but then when you had a flare it was like extra.
Normally I was in pain
all the time.
I got used to be in pain. Yes, but if I got a flare, it was like razors go through my bladder. It's something like that. So I wouldn't want to take a chance.
And so what pushed you finally to say, I'm going to try cleansing in some way? What motivated you?
My daughter came, she was at the time, my beautiful daughter, she was at the time in Israel, and for holidays he came home, for vacation, a summer vacation. She came home, and I wanted to be with her so much, and I missed her so much, but I couldn't even carry conversation with her. I couldn't be with her even also physically, but even mentally. I wasn't in a state to be with her at all.
I even actually remember having a conversation in this room or on the patio, like right here, when you said, I can't speak to you, I can't, we tried to speak, but we couldn't.
Yes, I was always so anxious. I was always so nervous about, and always running back and forth to the bathroom. So yeah, and I decided then, in the moment she is going back to Israel, I'm starting this fast, and I'm doing it even if I'm gonna die. I won't live like this anymore. And suddenly I felt this willpower to do that.
I think that's a huge lesson for everybody, whatever you're trying to heal from. I always say to all of my clients, you have to find the one thing that's going to inspire you and motivate you, and it can be anything. Your family, your weight, the way you want to look, the animals, whatever it is for you, have it. And if you need reminders, put pictures, write notes everywhere in your home and places where you're going to look, where you're going to get your food, and let that lead you. That's the strongest thing that you can do.
Yeah.
So what was next after I left?
After you left, the next day, I remember it was October or September?
I don't know. I don't remember.
September 18th. Yeah.
You remember the day?
Yeah, 18th, yes. I went to do this water fast. It was the second one.
Right.
I'm talking about second one
Right,
now.
because you did one a year before, right?
2 years before.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
Tell us the difference between the two water fasts.
Okay, my first water fast I've done in August 2 years before the second one.
And at that point you were sick for 6 years, right?
Yes. I was sick for 6 years, yes. So you were in UCSD then?
I was doing my undergraduate degree.
Yep. My husband went for work stuff to Japan for 2 weeks, and I decided to use those 2 weeks to do the water fast. And
they were scary. Trust me. I was with you.
Right, and you were with me. That was the water fast when you suffer from IC. It's a scary experience because the pain is excruciating. Really, it's not the regular pain. When your body is detoxing, you are in excruciating pain. I literally felt like razors going through my body. That's how I felt. I was shaken from pain, and I didn't sleep. I had a fever, like 38 and something like that. Yeah,
Celsius.
Celsius. Yeah, I had a fever, and I didn't go out of the bathroom for 2 days, I think. I was in a bathtub and back in the toilet, and bathtub and back on the toilet, and what helped me a little bit was an enema. Enemas helped for me during the water fast.
And how long did the pain last for when you did the first water fast?
After 3 days of an unbearable pain, I felt a little better, but still in pain.
What was the difference between the two fasts? The first one you did for 16 days, right?
16 days,
yeah. And then after 3 days you said it got better. How did you know when to stop?
My husband returned from Japan, and I started to go with him to the beach.
While you were fasting?
While I was fasting, but I didn't go along the beach. I just sat at the chair.
But the fact that you were able to leave the house...
I was able to leave the house first time in a long time. I was able to leave the house and go to the beach. I was in a very, very good mood. I was very happy, and my pain slowly went away. Yeah, and I felt good. Yeah, I felt.
So, okay, in the first 3 days, what level was your pain, would you say, out of 10?
First 3 days?
Yeah.
It's a highest level.
10?
I would say 10.
And then after 3 days?
After 3 days, it went like to be about 6, 7.
Okay, and then by the end of the 16 days?
It went away.
Zero?
Zero.
No pain?
No pain.
And so when it went away, you said, okay, now I can finish the fast.
No,
right?
no, I finished the fast because I started to feel too weak to move.
Okay.
I felt very nauseous while coming up or even sitting down. Every movement I felt sick, so I stopped.
Okay, you stopped, and then what was the first thing you ate? Like, how did you come out of the first fast?
And I like this regimen when you use diluted orange juice. So I took first time my diluted orange juice. I took maybe a third of a cup of orange juice and 2/3 water, and it was so sweet for me. The sweetest thing I thought I have ever eaten. And then on the next day...
So did you drink that the whole day? Like whenever you were hungry, you drank 1/3 cup orange
No,
juice?
first day I took only one drink like this. Second day I took 3 drinks like that. And then third day I took half orange juice, half water. And then the day after that I drank only orange juice, non-diluted.
All day? And nothing else?
Whole orange juice.
Okay.
All day. Then after that I started eating fruits. I don't remember which, because it's been 7 years. I don't remember which fruit was the first one. And then I started eating salads.
Okay, and then what happened that you needed to do another water fast?
I thought that if I'm not in pain, I can eat anything I want. I still had urgencies. I still had to go to the bathroom a lot, because the volume of my bladder
It was smaller.
Much smaller than for the healthy person. But the pain, the main thing, the
pain was gone.
Was gone. Yes. So I returned to eat. I went back to eat everything as before, and we even went to the restaurants as before, and we ate fast food. I think that was what got me sick. The way we were eating. When we came to US, we started going a lot to restaurants. We started going to the fast food restaurant also places.
And that's a very common story, I think, for a lot of immigrants, because the countries where we came from, we would have so many vegetables and fruits, and everything was more fresh. You would never see a dinner table with just meat, let's say. And here, when people come here, they just get into this. First of all, there's stress, like you said, but immigrants are often stressed because it's a big stress to move. But then they also start eating a lot of junk food and fast food.
Right. Yeah.
So you went back, and then when did the pain come back?
Pain came back gradually, not just
one day.
It went up. Gradually, pain returned. And it returned with
a bang.
Yeah, it was even worse than before. It was worse, yeah. And then what happened? You came back from Israel. The story I was already telling. You came back from Israel. I couldn't talk to you, and I couldn't hear your stories. And then I decided to do water fast again. And this time it was worse. It was
worse, like in terms of the water fast itself.
Yes.
The experience.
Yes,
and I'm just going to stop you. Before you started the water fast, people have been asking about this. Did you change anything? Were you eating normally, and then the next day you just start doing a water fast?
I didn't change anything, only because I was afraid, always dreading to get worse. And I couldn't, my stomach couldn't take it, I couldn't take, and my bladder couldn't take it, any new food, everything I was taking, everything was.
You were paranoid about everything you ate.
I was so paranoid.
Yeah.
So I couldn't make juices and I couldn't stand straight. I always was like
this.
this.
You couldn't physically make the juices.
Even this aspect. Not only that I couldn't take it, I couldn't.
What was wrong when you were drinking the juice?
The pain was worse after drinking the juice.
How bad was it?
And I actually didn't think about drinking green juice.
Oh, so you never tried?
I have never tried drinking green juice with no fruits, because fruits were not good for me.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't take any citrus fruit, and
lemon.
No lemon. What are you talking about? And no tomatoes, and no and even apples. Nothing. I couldn't.
What about
fruit.
cucumbers?
Cucumbers are okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to suggest to people, even though she didn't do this, she just went straight into water fasting.
Yeah.
We're not saying that we recommend that. as you can hear, it's very difficult to do. So one thing is to try to incorporate these green juices, and if you personally can deal with lemon and apple and stuff like that, then an apple juice with greens is really great. And if you can't, you can put lots of cucumber and greens, and it's not going to be the most delicious thing in the world, but if you can, if your body can handle it, you can start to incorporate that as meals, and it's going to help you purge some of the toxins that you have. So then the water fast is much easier to do. Wouldn't you agree?
Exactly. I think it was my huge mistake, because I have a very, very supportive family, and my daughter and my husband, they would help me to do to make those juices, and I should have tried to drink some green juices. Just cucumber with kale, cucumber with lettuce, something like that, to prepare myself for water fast.
And just a note on supportive families, because we were kind of talking about this and how important it is to have support, any type of support system. And some of you that I've talked to have said we don't have support. So one thing that you can do is join an online community. If people at home are not supporting you, going online to different raw vegan and vegan communities, and I also have a free Facebook group. It's called Raw Souls. I link it up here in the video, and also in the description box as well, and you can join and also get supported on your journey, and it's really, really helpful.
The second water fast I did for 28 days.
So the first is 16 days, the second is
28 days. Yeah. The whole time I was nauseous.
The whole 28 days.
I always was nauseous, always. And I did enemas, not every day, because I couldn't, I was too weak. I was very, very weak, and I was in pain. First, I would say 5 days I was in severe pain, really, really excruciating pain. And first 3 days I didn't leave my bathroom. I was in the bathroom, and I was
slept on the bathroom.
It was so horrible, and I developed a fever again.
How did you continue? Like how?
I was very determined, extremely determined.
You believe that it's going to heal you?
Yes.
That's huge. Whatever you're doing, you have to believe in it. You have to.
Yeah, I knew that this was going to help. And after 5 days, the pain started to subside. And
but you were still nauseous.
I was still nauseous and still in pain, but I went to the bathroom like not every 3 minutes, 5 minutes, every 15 minutes. And then,
were you hungry the whole time?
No, because I was so nauseous.
Okay. Both of the fasts, you were not hungry?
I was not hungry. I was not even thinking about food.
So that's not a concern.
No, that was not my problem.
And how did you know when to stop the fast?
I just got so tired of this nauseousness. I just decided to stop, not because I felt okay, I'm cured. The pain went away by the end of the fast, or the second fast also.
But did it take longer than the first fast for the pain to go away?
Yes, definitely. It took longer, and I still had urgencies. I was running to the bathroom a lot, but I drank a lot. I drank a lot of water. And also the difference, first time I drank distilled water, and the second time just filtered water. So I don't know.
So just to clarify, what is water fasting? Because we never really said. Drinking water, resting, right? You're not going to work or do anything.
Yes.
Enemas, maybe, if it helps you. For my mom, it helped her. Anything else that we didn't mention?
The first time it was much easier for me to do, because I was somehow more active. First week of the first fast, I even went to the beach, and I went along the beach slowly, but I moved.
So you have to gauge your level of comfort when you're cleansing. If you feel good, then you want to move somehow. Of course, not work out or anything like that, but if you can move, just walk.
Yeah, if you feel up to it. Because second time, there was no way that I'm gonna go to the beach. I was upstairs. I never went downstairs. I was always upstairs. I asked my husband to put me some chair on the balcony, and
to get
some sun and some
vitamin D.
Yeah. But mostly I spent time in my bed. Yeah.